$50,000 a year, this is going to piss you off, so just get ready. Now do the math with me. $50,000 before taxes is about $30,000 after taxes. After you pay your $1,500 rent, you're left with about $12,000 for the year. When you look at that $12,000 for the year and your car insurance costs you about $1,200 of it, and your electric and your gas, and let's not forget about groceries, right? You gotta eat. Now you're left with literally $1,000 a month even before you pay all your bills. Let's say you pay all your bills, you're left with about $400. That's if you get lucky and pay the bare minimum. You're on a payment plan. I know, I've been there, done that. Anyway, so you are left with $250 a week to court your woman or to pour in and invest in yourself. Now, if you save that $400 every month, if you save that $400 every month, at the end of the year, you'll have almost $5,000 to invest in yourself and be wise and create a passive and residual income. But instead, you'd rather go get some coochie and try to impress her with like McDonald's.
Damn. Not with the McDonald's, not with the Mickey D's. So how do y'all ladies feel about that crack of crap she was just talking about? What's up? What's up? Dating a man making $50,000. Should that man even be in the dating market?
No.
Yes.
No. Who said no? Who said no?
Ash.
I'm coming for you, Ash.
Come on.
I'm coming for you.
Her breakdown was wild, right? She said, what, $250 a week to court somebody? And I guess not even $250 a week. Like, that's $250 he have excess for the rest of the month. So, like, he can really only go on, like, one date a month. Because even if he goes to, like, a mediocre restaurant, which is cool, you know, like a regular degular, you don't even know 5-star, like a regular degular restaurant, it's like $90. Because for the most part, a lot of people be drinking. Once you order 2 or 3 drinks, both people, $90 bare minimum. So now he has, like, I don't math like that, but he under $180 now. That's not, you can't go re-up another date. Like, you gotta wait another month before you can take her out again. That's crazy. And then also, if you only got $250 left after the end of the month, like, how are you, where are you going after this dating phase? Because you're not in a position to provide and be a man, and take care of a household.
What does he provide? Okay, let me and Ash have this conversation. I got you, Boombox. I'm gonna put Ash next to me real quick, so we can have this conversation. So, Ash, that man that is now making $50,000, you're worried about him not being able to court you. What is he courting? Not you. Let's just talk in general. What is he courting today?
Well, hopefully he's not wasting. Okay, because the lady in the video was like, you paying for coochie, right? So hopefully he's not thinking about just coochie. Because if he's just thinking about coochie, then she was right. Save your money and go ahead and invest in yourself. Because if that's the game plan, then do it as you please. You can do whatever you want with $250 left over a month. If sex is the goal, you can do that. But if you're seeking something more permanent, I don't think $250 is, because how can you be consistent with $250? You got to still put gas in your car every week. Like, that money's going to disappear. And then once you only see her once a month.
Ash, do you know what the average American makes in the United States?
No, can you tell me though?
The average American makes, let's just break this down to, well, you know what? I don't like to keep it black and white, right? Let's just talk about the average American man. He makes roughly $56,000 a year, roughly. Not much more than we talking about this $50K.
Yeah.
So basically, you're saying the average man and the average woman makes roughly $49,000 to $52,000 a year. So you're saying people just shouldn't date?
Well, women don't court.
Oh, the whole y'all are not courting. Men are not courting y'all anymore. Men are dating y'all. That's it. We talked about that last week. It's not a difference. If I'm courting you, I'm gonna marry you. I'm courting you to marry you. We are dating today.
So if it's about sex, because that's what the lady in the video implied, then that's fine. $250, do what you want, because you don't gotta do too much with someone you like, for someone you just want to lay down with. Like, he ain't gotta.
So the same woman that $50,000 a year man is looking for, is that woman looking for marriage today in today's climate?
The video said McDonald's, so he could date multiple women if he's only buying 2 fish fillets or a double cheeseburger, whatever McDonald's is hot for right now.
Let's keep it real. He could do a lot more. He could do a $50,000. He could do a lot more than take you to McDonald's. I had a point where I was making
The lady in the
$50,000
video said
when I was
McDonald's.
but I had a point where I was making $50,000 and I was dating my wife. Actually, I was courting my wife. And when I was courting her, was I able to do it all? No, but guess what? She helped me as well because we were working on putting something together.
But can I say this? I know you have more than $250 left over.
No. No, I didn't.
So to get her in the beginning, all you had was
like she's sitting. She's sitting right next to you.
$250. Talk to me, Dion.
I was broke.
But I was
still back to say like it's
broke.
more.
We ain't got it. It really depends on what
about the person,
what people, how people want to be courted, how women want to be courted. Like
women want to be dated. Boombox. Women are not being courted today.
Same thing, but yeah,
it is. There are some people who court.
Yeah,
some people, but it's rare. It doesn't. In today's day and age, the marriage rate speaks for itself. It's very rare. Yes, they are.
I have a question. So, because I've been listening to a lot of rhetoric, a lot of information that you men have been imparting to one another. And one of them being that you should build yourself up, right? Get your money up, focus, stack it up.
The only reason why we say that is because we know y'all won't respect us.
I didn't finish, sir.
Shoot.
Thank you. So, get your money up, get your bread up, do what you got to do, right? So when you get to the dating space, you're not on the struggle bus. You're not trying to get 2 pennies to rub together to take shorty out and be like, oh, yeah, we're gonna have to hit up this drive-through. Like I'm just trying to understand.
So let me help you understand why we say that. I got you, Uma. Let me just rebut to that, and then I got you, Uma. So when you hear men saying that, it's because we know that women won't respect it. It's not even a matter of, yo, should you date, should you not? We know that the average woman gonna look at you like a bum, like that woman in the video. So she's not gonna date you, she's not gonna treat you right, she's not gonna do the things that men are looking for. So yeah, this is why we advise other men, build yourself up before you date these women.
Can I also add in there? Like, I feel like, so from my experience, the men that I don't like entertain because of their financial situation, they usually lead on too early with their financial situation is, I should not know you're struggling if we only been talking for a week or two.
No, you should know. You should know he's struggling.
I should
yes,
not.
you should.
Because why would I want to talk to someone who's struggling?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you like that man enough, if you liked him enough, you would understand his plight, and maybe y'all could work together and build something. For my wife to be saying some of the stuff she be saying, I'm like, what the hell is going on? Because I was broke.
I'm supposed to like someone so much that I want to build with them.
Asked the question.
No, but here's what you should do. Right? You can do whatever you want to do, but here's what you should do, because this is how people end up building something that lasts for a long time. Right? It's when we tend to understand where each other is at. So if you know that I'm not going to be there, but you see more in me where I'm at right now, and you took the time to get to know that the man has ambition, drive, he's not sitting still, he's getting up every day, doing what he has to do in his aspirations for more. He's not trying to be in his mama's basement. Maybe this is just an unfortunate situation for him. Then yeah. But when you're shooting for that man that's already made it, guess what? That's what gets these women clapped out and not respected.
It takes longer than a week to see that. I can listen to a man say, oh, this is my plan, these are my goals, this is what I'm doing. But in a week, how can I trust anything that a man is saying in a week without seeing the action? Because you can't show me too much progression in 7 days.
Let Uma get that. Let Uma get the mic. What's up, Uma?
Like you guys know, this is my sore point. This whole money thing, and I don't like it. It just, relationships these days are so transactional. What happened to the love? What happened to boy meets girl, girl meets boy? Ooh, I think you're cute. Ooh, I like your, I like how I feel around you. Oh, let's talk. I'm really glad Dion gave you a chance. Look at where you guys are now. Look at the beautiful relationship that blossomed. Imagine if Dion had turned her nose up at you when you met her and you said you were struggling and whatnot. You didn't have your money together and all of that. Imagine what would have happened, right? Like, you guys are the exact testimony to what I talk about. It's not about the money. And I don't know why these days these modern relationships are all about transactional,
Yeah.
You're going to meet you're going to meet men that are struggling. It is what it is. My man, when I met him, he was struggling. Now we go on trips. He takes me out on dates and it's nice. Like, we have a nice relationship. So, my question to the women is, why is this so important? And then I'm also struggling to understand this dating thing. Now, I guess because I come from a Caribbean background. You remember, I grew up mostly in the Caribbean. I grew up in Guyana till I was 19 and I moved here. But we didn't really a guy asked a girl to go on a date and all of this. It's like we were talking, we were connecting, we started spending time together, and then we started doing things together. This whole formal thing of dating, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around it. Like, is this necessary? This actual, I must take you to a nice restaurant and I must buy you things. Is this necessary over here for marriage and relationships?
Ladies. Uma got a question.
I would like to respond.
Great question.
That's a great question.
Did anybody want to respond first?
I would
I thought you were already talking.
Go ahead, kid. Because I need Kid to.
So, it's not necessarily about, like, people be like, oh, you should date someone with potential. The problem with potential is that it can always stay potential. I need to see kinetic movement. I need to see, you speak of these actions that you are actually taking and not just talking a good game. And I think that's the problem a lot of the times, because, and I also,
you guys hear me?
And I also want to take it. Yes.
We hear you.
And I also want to take it to, why is it that when other races of women, seek men for security, it's not a problem. But when we do it, somehow it's, oh, why is it so transactional? There's several Caucasian women that actually go to college to look for their man because they want their provider and they want their person that's going to take care of them. But if we want someone that's going to court us properly and show us that they can actually have the ability to take care of us, somehow that makes us the problem. And I think that is where, the big issue is for me. Again, I can't date your potential. I can date your kinetic though. I
want to respond.
I can date your movement. I can't date your dreams. Your dreams do absolutely nothing for my future bottom line.
I respect that, Kit, but then the opposite is also true, because you have the players who love bomb the heck out of you and buy you all the nice things and take you to all the nice restaurants, but they have not one iota of interest in marrying you and settling down with you. I rather fall in love with a man who has potential, and through the dating process, I vet him. And you know how I know his potential is going to turn into something? Because he is consistently showing up every day in that relationship, and he's growing and evolving in that relationship. That will tell me that he's not going to stay at potential. He's going to actually develop into something. But the other way, where you get the love bombing and all the stuff in the beginning, that makes me a little bit cautious, because you don't know me, sir, and you doing all of this for me. Shouldn't it be the other way around, where we don't know each other, so I give you a little, but then the more I get to know you and the more I fall in love with you, the more I give you?
But you just described kinetic. You described movement. You described actions. You described him showing you that he's doing the things that he said. What I said is, I can't date your potential, because potential just sits there. Potential is really nice. It's nice to know someone with dreams and aspirations, but if they're not showing me movement to making those dreams and aspirations and just want me to hold them down.
But that's what we talked. That's what we said. That's what we said, Kate.
That will come.
That's what we said, though.
Yeah, that will come in time. Like, you can't see that unless you put the time in. And the only way you put the time in is you put the relationship in.
Right, and it's potential, kid. So as much as you say you don't want to date potential, a man moving towards his goals, right? This is why. No,
that's
it's potential. It's potential. I have the potential to make more money at my job right now. because of what I'm doing, right? I have potential to make more money on YouTube because of what I'm doing. So if somebody met me when I had 2 subscribers, would have never thought I'll be at 40,000 subscribers as quick as I was
But
because
are
of the
you
work that
not?
I put
You're
in.
actively progressing though, and we can
This is what
visualize
I'm
that. That's
trying to
tangible. I
tell
can
you.
see it. But
Yeah.
no. Because when you
I
were talking
think
to me, you were expecting me to see this like within a week of knowing someone that everything
No,
because
not really. Not
people
really.
can
Not
people can
really.
spit
I
game.
didn't say in a week. I didn't say in a week. This is why I told you
You was
it's
like,
good for what I
yeah.
told you is good for a man to know to let you know that he's struggling. Why?
No.
But let you know that he's struggling, but he's also moving. I'm not here. I plan on going over here. So I'm not staying where I'm at. This is the women that are willing to work with those type of men are usually the women that get married.
You have to
Can I,
see
That's
the
it.
action though. You have to see
can I,
it.
But like
That's
I'm
what
not
I'm
gonna.
trying to
that's what
tell
I was
you.
wait,
saying.
can I,
Gotta
but
be
can I say
legit
something?
progression.
Yes,
There's a
yes.
difference. There's a difference between, oh, I got all these dreams, I got all this, and this, and I want to do this, and I want to do this, versus, okay, this is what I want to do, and these are the things I'm doing to reach that. And so he's not there yet, but he has like an action plan, and he's moving on that action plan. There's a difference between that.
And how would
And
you
that's
know
the
that
thing
if
we got to kind
every
of start
man, right?
deciphering that.
How would you know that if every man you meet you disqualify because he? One second, boombox. I do want Tia to get it because Tia hasn't spoken the last segment. But how would you know that unless you see that progression of the man and took your time to get to know him? There's other parts of the man than money that you should be paying attention to. But if it's money that's the sole reason why you're dealing with him, unfortunately, it keeps a lot of women single and by themselves and still broke.
So when that conversation comes up about him struggling, immediately after he needs to follow up with what the plan is to stop struggling. But if you just struggling and that's just where you at in life,
what if he doesn't give you a plan, but he just starts to show you? Let's see you get this.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Oh God, I was having some trouble, but you guys has definitely hit some gems tonight. Um, Dating has been such a, seesaw about, what the woman wants to try to fulfill her needs, but the guys need the needs too. And they don't want to admit that. Some do, some don't want to admit that I need more time. That's just like us when we struggle, and I struggle because I ask, a group of friends like, a guy would sit there and wait for you for like 5 years and plus to get your stuff together. But when the tables is turned for that man to get his stuff together, we turn the other face. Like, you got to hurry up. You got to beat to the punch. It's just not fair, and society has made us believe that potential is a bad thing. Oh, you fell in love with the potential. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, that's what gravitated to me. And that's what's nurturing. That made my nurturing side come out. So I'm just like, why does that have to be so, so long? So I had to ask myself, is it me being impatient? Is it me that I'm not, being not that much of a supportive person when I want to be a wife? And I can't be no wife if I'm not being supportive. Yeah, I could look good and be the passenger seat pretty princess, but at the same time, that man is out here trying to make it happen. So it's like, how can I support you? So I reach out to my male figure friends and be like, ask that guy, ask that man, like, how can I help you? How can I assist you? Or ask your man. Ask your man, like, how can I help you? How can I assist you? What will make you happy? What will take a load off of you? So, yeah, there's still
Right.
good people out there.
Right. Let Janira get this one. Janira, talk to us. What's your thoughts on the topic?
Oh, okay, my bad. Well, I don't know. I was raised with my great grandmother and my great aunt, so it's like back to what you was saying, like back to how y'all started off. Like, if I ain't got it, I expect, so I don't expect, but I just figured that my better half will help me, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't all be on one person. I'm a 50-50. Sometimes I got to be 80. You know what I'm saying? That person be 20. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. We're going to get there. So, yeah.
That's a good point because I think the way we were raised is such a good point. Because I was raised with my mom and dad are still together, and my dad was definitely struggling when he met my mom, and they were struggling when we were kids. I remember, going to the grocery store and putting food back and all of that in a third world country. So and now they're wealthy. They travel the world. They're retired. They're hardly home because they're always traveling and stuff. And I look at that and I say, wow, look at how these two stuck together and they work together. And my mom didn't complain, when we didn't have food or when we didn't have things or he didn't buy her nice things. She didn't complain. She loved him, and she did her part. She took care of the house and the kids, and he worked and broke his back, like working and taking care of us. And now they're living the fruits. And maybe that's what's filtering for me,
Right.
So
she's seen the bigger picture. She stayed down to the come up.
Correct. And they've been married close to 50 years. So that's where I try to talk to women today, because at the end of the day, we're all struggling. So it just seems unfair to see women who are also struggling look to the man to have all the answers and to be this person that they look up to. And I'm like, no, you get there though. You get there, because after 50 years, my mom definitely looks up to my dad and he's definitely the head of the household. But in the beginning, no, they were equals, because they were trying to figure it out.
Exactly. Men have feelings too. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when we pour into that man, they're going to pour back into us. Like I always say, water me, water you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Yeah,
I love that Uma said that they were equals. And when I date people, I look for someone who's equal or above me. So
that's called hypergamy, by the way. And I understand
equal
it.
Or greater, right. For sure. But
that's hypergamy. But men date down all the time. Usually, if you guys are not on our financial bracket, we still date and love you and marry you and take care of you and all that. And we're not traditional men, just like you guys aren't traditional women, right? So yeah, if those days are done. Those days are done. Right now, the woman acts to work. You want to be in the workforce. So guess what? You got to pay a piece of the pie. If you guys wasn't in the workforce as you are, the price inflations of things would not be the way that it is right now.
I agree.
So the fact that women join the workforce, the set prices are what they are. You could barely afford to live in America today. So the fact that you could barely afford to live here, and you're asking the man, yo, you better be here in order to talk to me, or at least where I'm at, it's not real. If you make 50 and I make 40, guess what? That's $90,000.
Right.
If we put it together. After taxes, we're somewhere around 60, 70, I meant.
Nothing wrong with that.
So, yeah. So we're actually a lot closer to making a goal. Now you see my potential, right? And I'm building and I'm growing myself. Guess what? Now I start to bypass you financially, which is what happened to me and Dion.
So I just wanted to shout out someone on my stream said, a man on my stream said, that's why men become passport bros and leave and go to another country.
It's true, because the expectations for men out here sometimes be ridiculous. Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous. It's like, yo, how could you expect us to carry all the load and want us to be these traditional men that's quote unquote courting women when women are not traditional women anymore?
What is carrying?
These women are more modernized. Carrying all the load, meaning, okay, so we get past dating, right? Now we're in a relationship. Because the only way I could have got there with you is if I was making average of what you're making or more. So then if I'm making more, I'm dating down now.
I feel like today's time, everybody is going off of social media in their relationship. You know what I'm saying? Living for them. Like, baby, no, you got to live for today's time and your time bracket. You know what I'm saying? Your budget. Because their budget is not your budget. Their life is not your life. You know what's going on behind closed doors.
Facts. All right. I don't want to stay on this topic for too long, ladies.
I just want to say one more thing about it, though.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to wrap it up real quick. So I totally agree with the fact of, dating and just being transparent with your information. I think on both sides you should. I'm not saying you're supposed to sit down and walk with your W-2, but it's okay to talk about that within the first few dates, not the first date, few dates. Talk about that comes up. I think dating for potential, I think it does depend at times your age. I think the time that you have, even when it comes to women, when it comes to fertility, all of those things have to be put into into play when you're thinking about someone that you want to build a life with. Thirdly was about the which you had said between you and I. Age played, I feel age played a part in that, but not only that, it was just, hey, this is this preliminary, we're getting to know each other. And yes, you showed aspects of, hey, I'm a go-getter, I have dreams and ambitions, but I'm also putting those things into action. My question earlier concerning the fact that men talk about build yourself up before you get into a relationship, build yourself up before you get into the dating market. Your answer was interesting because I feel like I honestly didn't expect that answer as far as respect goes. So to me, being a mother of sons, or we have a son together, but majority, we got all sons, bonus sons count, everybody's here. So I would tell them, or I would encourage them to focus on self improvement. Get yourself together, figure out where you want to work, figure out what kind of trade you want to pick up, educate yourself, get your money up. Like, women gonna be there, period. They always gonna be there. But the quality that you want, you need to be at a certain space. That's what I would say. So I don't think it's so much about the choice that women make. It's more about the choice that men make.
So I would like to say, in a perfect world, that sounds great. But if you look at the real world, what's happening today, telling a man not to go meet a woman and clap cheeks is crazy. That's wild.
That's just clapping
because
cheeks,
it's okay. So telling a man not to like and fall in love with a woman is also wild, because it's going to happen. So telling a woman that maybe you should be able to meet a man with that growth in him, with that drive, that if your mother raised you, now I'm talking about you, Ash, but if a woman's mother raised her right, she'll be able to see what I'm talking about in a man. She'll be able to see it from a mile away. And she won't waste her time with a bunch of men because he looked good, he got a nice car, but his debt is crazy. He got a nice car, but he's paying $2,000 a month because his interest rate is at 30%. That's what I'm talking about. But a lot of women would look at the fact that he drives a nice car and give the man a whole baby. That's not potential. That's idiotic. But when you get to know it, when you get to know a man and you see what a man, where he's going, should you give that man a chance? Yeah. Because in the real world, the bottom people got to meet each other somewhere. The guys at the top don't want y'all. I'm sorry. That guy at the top is looking for models because he done built himself up. So he's looking for the top tier woman. She's going to be 20 years old, 22, 21. She's going to be bad. She's not going to come with kids. She's not going to come with none of that. So when you're looking at the man that got more than you, it comes with a whole problem. Sorry. He's going to cheat on you. He's going to cheat on you. Ask that man to be faithful. There's rich people.